Hollywood, y'all got some explaining to do. Shalom, this is the brother Abad. You're back here once again. Before I get started, like always, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakahakadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Yeah, Hollywood, y'all got some damn explaining to do, alright? Here it is in the last days, the so-called African Americans, Hispanics, and Native Americans through their father's lineage. We're waking up to nationality in the last days like the prophecy said we would. We're telling the whole world that we're the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the scriptures, according to the curses stated in Deuteronomy, according to the prophecies all throughout the Bible, right? And not everybody got a problem with it, right? Everybody wants to say that we're telling lies, right? We're not the people of the Lord. We just want something to hold on to. We just want to be a part of something. But here it is, this whole time, y'all been able to propagate and promote nothing but lies throughout your movies and your television, right? This movie from the 1950s, the Ten Commandments, right? During the time when Jim Crow was still very heavy, you had a lot of laws still getting put in place against our people during this time. You know, you had certain places where white women were being incarcerated, which you so-called white people, your biblical nationality is an Edomite. You go back to Esau, all right? That's your biblical nationality. Everybody on this earth has a biblical nationality, which is something the devil, the so-called white man, took away out of the earth dealing with biblical nationality, all right? Black and white, Chinese. That's confusion. But anyways, during this era, you still had a lot of Jim Crow laws being instituted. Like in certain places like Maryland, you know, an Edomite woman, they would imprison an Edomite woman for having what they would deem as a mixed race child. So if she went and had sex with a so-called black man and had a baby, they would lock her up. They would give her jail time. All right. You go to places like Alabama during this time, North Carolina, you know, they were preventing so-called blacks and whites from playing games together, all right, going to the same schools. They would close down certain schools up here in Virginia. They would close down schools if you enroll both so-called black and white students. If you allow black and white students to go to your schools here in Virginia, they would close the school down, right? During this time period, during this year here. So you were able to get away with all this bullshit during the time of our ignorance when we didn't know who the hell we were. We were just catching hell over here under our captivity, being punished for disobeying our heavenly Father, the Most High, and you were able to deceive the nations and deceive the people through your witchcraft, through your sorcery, your Hollywood. All right, you got some explaining to do, man. And let me let me run a little bit of this video while I'm even doing this lesson.
Show Moses.
You got this guy Cecil. He's responsible for doing this madness, this movie, The Ten Commandments, with this guy Charleston Heston.
Rays of light coming from his head. Here is a photograph.
Hold on, where in the scriptures does it say Moses looked like that? See, they were just able to just promote shit for the whole world to see, and not be questioned about this. This is not a biblical image of Moses, man. This is not what he's described as looking like, or none of the Lord's people for that matter.
His head. Here is a photograph of the original statue in Rome. Now notice the likeness to Charlton Heston, who plays Moses in the Ten Commandments.
Hold up, bitch. Here it is. He talking about some damn. This is the original. Look at the original statue in Rome. Notice the similarities between Charleston Heston and this statue. And then he just puts the picture down as if that's as if that's facts. You damn demon. Hold up. And he says it with so much confidence. You fucking demon.
Original statue in Rome. Now notice the likeness to Charlton Heston, who plays Moses in the Ten Commandments.
There ain't shit original about that, man. That statue, which I got it pulled up and I'm gonna show it. This statue was created by Michelangelo, man. This is a Renaissance statue, man, of Moses. What was going on during the Renaissance period? You had a whole bunch of, well, the whole Renaissance period, what is it known as? The rebirth, right? And when you look up the most influential people during that period, when you look up the most influential people during that period, they'll tell you they were either artists or architects. All right, people that were building statues or people that were painting. Why? Because they were rewriting history to favor them and their people. All right, over there in Europe, when you so-called white people came back into power during the Renaissance period, the rebirth, the revised Roman Empire. All right, what you see today with the European Union and NATO. Okay, when you came back into power, you started painting biblical images to look like you, building statues of biblical of the people that's in the Bible to look like you, right? There ain't nothing original about this. This was that's not. He just said it as if that's fact. Original statue over there in Rome. Now you look at. I got it pulled up. This is the statue Michelangelo had built up over there in Rome. And then you got horns. You got dude, this fucking demon put horns on Moses, and you got him looking like a so-called white man. You got him looking like a so-called white man. You got some explaining to do, man. Because one thing you notice in this movie, right? One thing you notice in this movie, because they show the miracles, right, of Moses, but they don't show the part where the scriptures clearly tell you that Moses had changed his flesh. Matter of fact, let me get that. And the reason why I'm doing this lesson, man, I've seen this movie when I was like a child, man. I'm talking about real young at my grandmother's house. I was watching a clip of this Edomite woman. She was watching the movie, and you could just see how they really believed that this was them. They really believed that this was them, you know. But in the movie, they don't show you. And this is our history. This is our story that you're enamored with, that you love so much. They don't show you this part in the movie. They show you the staff turning into the serpents. All right. They show you the locusts being plagued throughout Egypt, but they don't show you when Moses did this miracle. Um, this is Exodus chapter 4, verse 1. And Moses answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, The Lord have not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, What is that in thine hand? And he said, A rod. So let me go down a little bit to the point I want. All right, verse 5. It says that they may believe that the Lord power of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob have appeared unto thee. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. All right, so he put it inside his garment. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. All right, his hand became leprous as snow. That's leprosy. Because I remember watching another one of these demonic movies. I think the same devil here. He did a movie called Ben Hur. In the movie, one of the people had leprosy, but they portrayed it as a guy with a whole bunch of boils on his face, all over his body. That's not what leprosy is, man. Leprosy is a plague of dark skin being turned inside out. All right, matter of fact, let's get an image of that, man. What's the term for it they have nowadays? Now they have the term for what is it on vitiligo, vitiligo, right? Let's get it in images. This is what the one of the miracles was. He put his hand in his cloak, and it wasn't spotted like this. It was completely his hand turned completely white as snow. Let me see if I can find an image of a so-called black man's hands turning completely. Oh, this guy here. Yeah, see that? See how his face looks. See how his hands look. His whole flesh changed. That was a miracle. All right. He put his whole, but they don't show that in the movie. They don't show that in the Ten Commandments. I wonder why they left that out. Why? Because he's a goddamn devil the Bible speaks of, man. Right? He's a damn devil the Bible speaks of.
Original
Matter of
statue.
fact, let me get another precept. Cause you's a liar. You's a damn liar, man. And you's a proud liar at that. Because he's done his thorough research, but he don't want to tell you the truth or who the true biblical Hebrew Israelites are. But here it is, everybody got a problem with us waking up in the last days like the prophecies would say. But you don't want to answer for all this madness that you put throughout the earth, right? For hundreds of years, man. This is Psalm chapter 58, and I'm gonna start at verse let me see. I'm gonna just go to the point, verse 3. Here's the point, verse 3, Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked, remember Job 9 and 24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked are estranged from the womb. Remember, Eve came out different, right? From Jacob. Esau came out looking different from Jacob, right? Even his attributes, his character attributes, and the way he behaved was different from Jacob. Scriptures tell you he was a vile man, all right, a fornicator. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And Esau and Jacob's mother, Rebecca, she understood Esau was different because a mother watches her child from when they're born and when watches them grow, sees them crawl, she feeds them, she bathes them. All right. When Esau first came out, red all over like a hairy garment, he lacked pigmentation. He didn't look like everybody else. He was a clean leopard. His whole body looked like this man hands here, which is you so-called white people today. All right. His mother, Rebecca, was looking like, what the hell wrong with my child? Then as she observed him as he grew up, she realized he was estranged from the womb. Right. He was different. He probably was lying all the damn time, doing shit that would that was like out of the normal. This dude was weird, right? Says they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So since the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked that's estranged from the womb and go forth speaking lies, he's been lying throughout his Hollywood. He's been lying throughout his television, his news station, CNN, Fox, right? He's been lying to all the people, man, for hundreds of years. Okay, he's a demon. Hey, let's go, let's go. Even the Egyptians, which I got this pulled up. I just remember I got this tab pulled up because even when you go in this movie, matter of fact, let me play a little bit more of this.
In Rome.
Well, no, I can pull it up now. When you go into the movie, the Egyptians are even so-called white people, which the Bible, which I got it pulled up, this image here from the Zondervan's Bible Compact Dictionary, and it speaks about Ham, which I'll stress this point again. Esau doesn't teach people about biblical nationality in his school system. He just teaches that you're black or either you're white, and then go on about your business. Go to school and try to make it in America. All right, this is a definition of Ham, which is where the Egyptians came from, the ancient Egyptians. All right, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood and one of 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. Why? Because the so-called African Americans that came over here in slavery, right? They come from the line of Shem. All right. They always talk about you anti-Semitic. Ain't no such thing as Sim. It's Shem, which goes back to name. Right? Come from the line of Shem. It says so we can't be anti-Shem. We can't be anti-Shem because we're Shemitic. All right, Jacob and Esau are Shemitic. They both are Hebrews, right? But we're Hebrew Israelites. You so-called white people are Hebrew Edomites, the nation that the Lord hates, man. But it says he became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. So why when you go in this movie, why when you go to this movie, the Egyptians are so-called white people, right? Look at this shit. What the hell is this man? What the fuck is this, man? This nigga is lying. But he was able to get away with this shit during our ignorance. But now that he's being called out, all right, we're being a witness against him. Now of course, he's gonna come against us. Now, of course, he's gonna demonize us in his news, his media, his television. He's the devil. He's a liar, right? He's been caught red-handed, all right. Which hey, he's a red man. The blood shows forth through his skin. Crimson, red goes back to crime. He's been caught red-handed. And now he's in a corner scratching and clawing and trying to fight his way out because he's being exposed, man, for all the wickedness and lies that he's spread throughout the earth. Let me get a matter of fact, let me get another quick precept in Proverbs the 12th chapter. Go straight to the point, verse 19. This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 19. It says, "The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment." And that moment is up, man. All right, we're in the information age, and your ass has been exposed. You're being exposed on every level. Okay? you being exposed on every level. All right, the Lord has set up a stumbling block for you, man, through your own infrastructures and institutions you set up, the systems you set up. You're being exposed through TikTok. You're being exposed through Instagram. You're being exposed through YouTube. And that's why you got this whole movement of hate speech and fake news, and we gotta bring more restrictions on freedom of speech because your ass being exposed. You keep striking our videos, you damn demon. Right? Let's go back to this demon here.
We generally think of Moses either as the prophet with the long white beard or as he is portrayed in this canvas painted by Van Dyck in England about 1640.
So this shit was painted in 1640, and this is supposed to be Moses as a baby. Get the fuck out! A naked with his pee out, naked pale demon baby. This shit look like a damn demon, right? It doesn't even have melanin. Don't have no piece of melanin in him. He lacks his pigmentation. All right, that's what Esau name mean, Ishashua. All right, that's what it means in the Hebrew, Ishashua. All right, wasted away. He lacks pigmentation. He lacks melanin. This guy painted this shit in the 16th century. Get the hell out of here. We know what was going on in the 16th century. Y'all motherfuckers came back into power over there in Europe. All right. Then y'all came over here in America, started establishing, your wicked institutions over here in America after you raped, robbed, and murdered the Native American Indians. Come on, man. You devils have no shame.
A baby found in the bulrushes by the daughter of Pharaoh. Incidentally, this is the first time this Van Dyck has ever been exhibited. Yet, there is a whole lifetime between the baby in the basket and the bearded prophet receiving the tablets of the Ten Commandments.
Hold on.
On Mount Sinai.
What? You got some splaining to do, Hollywood. Here it is. You got the Paleo Hebrew. The Paleo Hebrew that we speak and uphold, right? And use. Here it is. We didn't woke up from the hoods, the ghettos, the slums you threw us in, right? From the term of you calling us black, African American, colored, Negro, right? We done woke up from them terms to our biblical nationality, Hebrew Israelites from one of the tribes of the nation of Israel, one of the 12 tribes, whether it be Judah, Benjamin, Issachar, Naphtali, Asher, Gad, right? Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh. We done woke up from all these tribes that our forefathers come from, and we have this language. How did we get this language? You didn't teach us this in the schools. How did you know to put this in the movies? And why aren't those so-called fake people over there in the land, those not so-called fake, they are fake, but the so-called people that's supposed to be the people of the Lord, right? Them Amalekites, which come from the seed of Edom, also the seed of Esau, so-called white people over there in our land. How come they don't use this language? How come they're using Yiddish? All right. How come they're not using the Paleo Hebrew? How come you knew to put this in a movie? And how come we got it today? Where did we get this from? We got it from the Lord. Let me get another precept. You got some explaining to do, man. So these guys like Vocab and all these guys, man. Hey, come against that. Come against these blatant lies. How about that? But you ain't gonna do that though, because you a damn agent. Anyways, Zephaniah chapter 3, uh, verse 9, straight to the point. This is how we got our language back. Y'all beat our language out of us and gave us English, gave us Spanish. All right. It says, "For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent." And the Lord has gave us our language back. Lashawan Kodash. All right. What else did I have pulled up? That was basically the point on this video. I'm about to wrap it up. Oh yeah, this point here. Right, when they was premiering the video, when they was premiering the movie, I mean, during this time, and you're gonna see all the actors pop out. Let me see. Premiere they had in New York. Let's see where I want to start. That's it.
Years to come, a who's who of great Hollywood stars. Charlton Heston arriving with Mrs. Heston enacts the role of Moses.
This demon. Look at this nigga. He looks like Satan, man. Look at this nigga. Meanwhile, we was catching hell and bust upside our head if we drunk out of the wrong water fountain, getting lynched, all right, having lynch picnics. Y'all were busy having lynchings and setting us on fire, cutting off our penises, right, dragging us behind trucks. That was what's going on during this time. The KKK and all that shit. Man. While y'all lying about being us, all right.
From his youth to leading his people out of bondage. Joel Brenner, cast as Pharaoh Ramesses.
This nigga supposed to be a pharaoh from the line of Ham. Get the hell out of here. Nigga look like Professor X from fucking from fucking X-Men. Get the
Pharaoh
fuck out of
Ramesses
here.
II. Anne Baxter, seen in the Ten Commandments as Princess Nefertiti.
He's supposed to be Nefertiti from the line of Ham, right? Looks like an Edomite to me. Look like her forefathers came out of them Caucasus Mountains.
Edward G. Robinson, who plays the treacherous overlord Dathan. Yvonne DiCarlo, arriving with her husband, plays Moses' wife.
Oh, this is straight blasphemy and lies, man. That's the point on this. You know, you ain't gotta see no more of these damn. Look at these people. Their appearance is a witness against them. Just look how they look like serpents, bro. Just look at them. Now we do have a lot of our people that may have this image in this day and time because of the mangling of the nations. So point being, a so-called black man might have laid down with a so-called white woman, right, and had what you would call a mixed-looking baby, but his line still goes back to his father's seed, so he's really not mixed, but he may look a little lighter. Then that son or whatever has sex with another white woman, and that baby comes out looking completely like a so-called white man. Hence, you look at Blake Griffin's son. Blake Griffin's son looks like looks straight like a so-called white man. Tiger Woods' son looks straight like a so-called white man. All right, but the true Edomites, their appearance is a witness against them. They lack soul. They lack the rhythm, the flavor that we have. Right, the cultural spirit that's put in us from our Father Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the power that created rhythm, the power that created flavor, the power that created the vibrations of the earth, sound. That's embedded within our nature because we're His children. Right, you're not. You're a bastard. So let me get one more precept in what is that, Revelation 18th chapter. Because you deceive the whole world through your sorceries and witchcraft. Right? Let's see. Uh, uh man, this is talking about that this is talking about that harlot. We get started at verse 4. But I really want to just go ahead and wrap this up and go straight to the point. So I'm gonna start at verse 4, read a little bit, and then I'm gonna drop down. Nope, I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, "For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication," right? Spiritual adultery, worshiping other gods, right? Wicked philosophies. "And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." That's twofold. All right, we're gonna come out of this place spiritually in the mind, and then we're gonna eventually come out of here physically by the chariots of the Lord. We're gonna get beamed up. All right, out of America. It says verse 5, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities." All right, this place is wicked, built upon lies and bloodshed. Now let's drop down to verse verse let me see. Yeah, verse 23. It says, "And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and the saints and all that were slain upon the earth." And that's talking about America, this whore. All right, you deceived everybody. Yeah, man. So I just wanted to make a quick video on that because I was watching a video of this Edomite watching this movie, and it just hit me like, get the hell out of here, man. You know, y'all got a lot of explaining to do. We're not on the hot seat. The Hebrew Israelites, we're the Lord's chosen people, man. We're not answering it, y'all. Y'all got shit to answer for. Y'all been the ones lying for hundreds of years while we was in our ignorance, being taught under your school systems, under all your institutions, all right, going to your churches, being taught your doctrine of the Bible. Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all got explaining to do now. Y'all got to answer, and y'all ain't got the answers, but we do, and your ass is going into slavery. All right, when the Lord comes back and delivers his people. So, man, I hope that was edifying. Until the next time I say Shalom.